welcome to a new episode of Short Track Исполнительность. Today we'll be taking a look at Konstantin Ivliev, the Bear, the great Russian sprinter, has represented the Russian Federation since the 2018 Junior World Championships, and Tomasov Mazowiecki capped off a very respectable silver medal there with the men's relay team, and he went on 1 year later in the World University Games in his home ice in Krasnoyarsk in Russia to cap off a very honorable bronze medal there in the 500 meters, and he comes here in the 2020-2021 season among the harsh environment of COVID here in the European Championships in Gdansk to become the 500 meters European champion here for the Russian Federation, and he goes on next year in the Olympic Winter Games in Beijing, China, set a national record in the heats for the Russian Olympic Committee, and then later on finishing the competition with a very historical silver medal there. Such a great skater. So obviously very explosive sprinter, has really positive mentality, just insane power, strength and speed. Very interesting body build, it's just superb technical control, top speed. He can come back from any disappointment, and he just has the most explosive start in short track speed skating. So we're gonna see what all that stuff what it means right here in the men's European 500 meters in the European Championships here in Gdansk. He's on lane number 1 here in the second quarterfinal. Gonna walk you through his 500 meter campaign from the quarters all the way to the A final, and we're gonna see and learn what he does so well here, Ivliev. So here we are. Let's do this. Here's on lane number 1. Now, one thing I want to keep in mind: how explosive he is off the line. Look at that! Elastic is so quick, even though he's he has so much weight. He's just a bear skating out there, and just look at how powerful, how quick, nevertheless, for his weight. He pushes so much mass. Look at he's kicking ass coming out of his first corner right here. Already dropping the skills behind him. And look, he doesn't put a hand down right away, still driving with his upper body, coming out of his first corner. This requires a lot of strength. He's gonna hold that centrifugal force so tight coming out of the corner, not falling down. Because he's just carrying so much weight here. It's so hard to do this start, but technically he's just a bear. He does it so well. And he takes his corner entry really wide, almost goes into the wall there. And this is where he starts to shine. Takes 2 crossovers in. He's just flying with a lot of power, strength, and speed, Ivliev. Look at this. Look at the power. He's coming out of his second corner right here with 40.6 kilometers per hour already into the race. Look at the focus. Look at how focused he is. It's great technical control, top speed, great mentality. So focused again. So much power, pushing so much mass going into this corner right here. And it's very calm, very composed, holds that centrifugal force so tight, very well. Again, doesn't drift wide. He's so heavy that normally when you kind of get out of the corner, you kind of drift wide. But Ivliev does so well to kind of hold that force so tight so he doesn't drift wide coming out of the corners. Now watch, he enters the corner, carries so much mass here. At 51.8 kilometers per hour, he's at sea level. He goes in coming out of this corner. He doesn't really drift that wide, but he handles that so well because he has so much pressure, so much strength and power. He holds that so well. Takes this corner entry very wide. Look at that. He's just set on building speed for the whole race. And watch, you're going to see something very interesting here. Now coming out of this little corner right here, he's a bit late coming out with the left skate, coming when he gets the pressure. He's a bit late here. But he has just so much strength, he compensates for that. And he just doesn't drift wide, and he holds that corner and just goes very smoothly around the corners with 50 kilometers per hour, 8.23 lap times. This is Vladislav Bikanov right here, moving faster with 8.18. But he's just so powerful, just so much stamina. Ivliev, he can hold the skills behind him. And here with 1 lap to go, his technique is still superb, still maintained. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. Look at that left skate. It's so late coming out of this corner, but he has just so much power and strength. He just compensates for that coming out of the corner. And there's no one can catch him right here. Even though he slows down that slide a bit coming out of the corner, he has just so much power. He'll build that right away. This is what he trains so hard for. Again, that left skate right here is so late, but he just pushes so much mass coming out of the corner that even the skate is moving quicker than him will not be able to catch him. Because right when he slows down, he breaks away again. And there's no one who can catch him at this position. He goes on to the semi-final right here, winning this race. Again, great corner exit right here with his legs kind of prevents the outside, with the upper body prevents the inside. There's no one behind him can do anything. He goes on very comfortably and wins the semi-quarterfinal. So we're going to see semi-final right here. As well, you see here, Xiaowang Lu in this one. I'll be a bit quicker here. So here he is. We will see him right now. Lane number 3. See Pietro Seagull, Shinky connects Liu Xiaowang, and Liu Xiao will win. So pretty much the A final here in the semi-final. I'll watch it start again. This app is insane stuff. Watch this. I can look at how far he drops that left skid off the line. And I can look at his arm swing compared to the other skidders right here. You know, he's lifting weight coming out of this first line right here. That's so explosive, so quick, pushing so much mass off the start line. He gets around both Chinkinet and Pietro Seagull. They can't hold him off of the line. He's so powerful. He just gets a really good start. Look at this position, so beautiful. Nice rhythmic technique. He does it so well. And here Liu Xiaowang right away trying to set up an inside pass on Pietro Seagull. Ivliev actually did a bit of a mistake here. Look at how wide he is coming out of the first corner. You know, Liu Xiaowang could have actually jumped on the inside of Ivliev here as well. Watch this, you know, he could have committed here, but they would have obviously bunched and fall down, so that's why he kind of tucked in position number 2. But Ivliev in the meantime managed to take his corner entry very comfortably. He's building speed here. Look at how low he gets for his body. It's so hard to get lower when you're that heavy. He just does it so well and builds so much power, strength and speed. Just even in slow motion, you can feel how much mass he's pushing here. Such a heavy skater with a lot of weight. But he utilizes that weight and puts down great relative strength down into the ice. It allows him to get a lot of explosive pressure. And he's just building and building here. Look at how good his technique, look at how focused he is. So much poise here. Again, he's a bit left with that left foot coming out of the corner. But again, as I've said, he has so much strength, he compensates for that. And great corner exit right here at 51 kilometers per hour. Again, from 51 to 51 again in this phase. You know, even though you're fatiguing a bit coming out of the quarterfinals, but he has great stamina. As I said, a bit late with that left skid going into the corner. Again, so much power and strength, he compensates for all that stuff. And great corner exit right, he holds the inside so tight, no one can come up the inside right here, and he goes out of this corner, takes so much pressure here, so much speed here. And once again takes the corner exit entry right here, and does it so well. Here with a lot of fatigue with 2 laps to go, 8.21 lap times. Pietro Seagull making the pass and Liu Xiaowang. They're colliding here, losing a bit of their speed. And there's no way Seagull can make a pass on Ivliev right here. Liu Xiaowang going down. And right here, a bit late the left skid again, but he has so much power, compensates for that as I've said. And goes here with 1 lap to go. You know, he's just, look at that corner exit, it's very beautiful. That left skid holds the centrifugal force so tight. Look at his left arm right here, and this is a sleeping position, alright? He's just so good. And the right leg right here is so long. And he drives out this corner very beautifully. Look at that. There's so much power, strength, and speed. Look at how forward he leans with his upper body. Kind of helps him maximize the efficiency of how he is carrying the speed, coming out of the corner in a very technical way. Now watch it, he's a bit high in this corner right here. But watch it how he transfers this kind of to his upper body. He just drives so much power and speed here. 47.7 kilometers per hour, 8.37 lap times coming into this final corner. Pietro Seagull just 2 hands behind the back. There is nothing he can do past this guy. Just too big and too powerful and too fast. Again, this beautiful corner exits right here. He does so well. And he wins this race right here, sets the fastest time. And he goes on to lane number 1 in the A final. So I'm going to show you that as well. So let's go right here, and yes, right here. There's a bit of a false start, so I'm gonna skip again. Now watch here, the A final again. He started right here once again. Let's just go right here. So I'm gonna go with this quickly because I want to show you the start. Pardon me. So with a false start, you see he didn't false start. He's just standing there. He knows his timing very well. So that's why he's still on the line. This is the kind of replay for the false start. So let's see it as well, why not? See, they're all kind of going, knowing that he's so good off the line. They need a perfect start to keep up with this guy. So now we're gonna watch him start in quick motion. Gonna analyze, gonna show you how explosive he is off the line, and we're gonna play it again in slow-mo. So watch here. Look at how much power, so powerful, coming out here. Just in an instant, he gets off these corners. So good. Now I'm gonna play it in slow-mo. Right, look at this position. Right, look at how he drives his upper body, just carrying so much mass and pressure coming out his first corner right here, his first line right here. And this is very traditional in Russian short track to kind of be almost standing up off the line right here. You know, there are other skaters who do this well as well, and Yelena Sergin has this same start as well. So a lot of sprinters coming out of that nation have that kind of traditional start when they're just pushing so much explosive pressure coming out of the line right here with their hands looking like this. But this helps them have this explosive start. It's just the most explosive in short track speed skating. There's just no doubt about that. Again, doesn't put a hand down coming out of his first corner like these skaters. Again, he technically trained to be able to have this super explosive start right here. It allows him to push that much mass, so he gets off this first corner, hasn't put a hand down so far in this race. Because technically he trained to have a start like that so you can break away from these skaters. Because if you're not putting a hand down, you're still going, you're still moving faster, right? And now he puts a hand down and watch, look at how he drives, kind of transfers the speed to his upper body, just explodes, so much power, strength and speed. Just look at the focus, man, it's so good. 43.3 kilometers per hour already in 11 seconds into the race. I think his corner entry very comfortably, great position with his both legs right here. Exits this corner, look at how the right leg defends the outside, you can't come up with his outside right here, it's absolutely impossible. And then he has so much explosive pressure coming out of his corner, hooks up the inside right here, and takes his corner entry once again. There's no way he can pass this guy, so fast and so powerful, 8.76 lap times, and he's still building. You know, his technique from the quarterfinals hasn't changed, there's nothing that's changing here. 50 kilometers per hour again, so much explosive speed here. He drives forward and he knows they're not gonna catch him here. He's just so fast. Look at his corner entry, very beautiful. Takes a bit wide here, carrying a kind of generating a lot of speed coming out of this corner. And hooks it up very tight so no one comes up the inside right here, gives him a surprise move. So he's very aware of the skaters behind him as well. Skates really great defensive track patterns, even at top speed. And then he kind of doesn't care about that right away. Takes corner entry, again building a lot of speed. 49.4 kilometers per hour, just electrifying stuff that he does. And again, his technique hasn't changed. Of course, he's fatiguing a bit. 8.19 lap times. The lot carrying more speed, 8.16. But Petr Siga right here makes an inside pass on Izak Delat. They lose a bit of their speed, and here Konstantin Ivliev. Now watch, even though he's a bit late with that left skate coming out of the corner, almost loses his footing here. He kind of benefit over that because Siegel made that inside pass and lost a bit of his speed here to get in position number 2. So it was a bit lucky there, but he got away with it because he was just the best skater. You would imagine he needs the small bits of luck here at 48.2 kilometers per hour, but still his technique pretty much hasn't changed. And he's breaking away here, taking advantage of Siegel making that inside pass. Looking behind him, look, he already gave up when trying to pass this guy because he's just so fast. There's nothing he can do about him. He's defending in the lot right here, and he's just settling for second place right here. Konstantin Ivliev just contributing here in the 500 meters for the Russian Federation and winning the gold medal. Just what a race by Ivliev. So I'm going to try to show you kind of his first 2 corners at top speed, because he's absolutely electrifying what he does. So now I'm going to watch this in normal motion, first 2 laps right here. Watch how fast he goes off this line right here. So much explosive power, strength and speed. You look at that, so explosive, almost goes into the wall right there. Just carries so much speed here. And it's just so impressive, so powerful. Just absolutely beautiful here, Konstantin Ivliev. Just one of the most explosive sprinters in our sport. Such a joy to watch. And yeah, that's all I want to show you for today. Konstantin Ivliev. He is still skating nowadays. We're wondering what form he will be next season. Wishing him all the very best of luck. And yeah, that's all I want to show you today. Konstantin Ivliev, the bear. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.